Hello friends, this is Ryan Hicks at TaughtToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about how God expects productivity from you. Many people think that they don't have to do more or go above and beyond. It used to be an old mentality. You worked and you didn't work and expect a raise, for example, at a job, until you outperformed what you are currently getting paid for. Meaning, you did more than was expected of you. Then you got a raise. It wasn't just by mere existence, because you show up every day like you're supposed to do, that you somehow get a raise because more time has passed. It's the old example of the person that is mad because somebody just starts a job, gets paid more than they do, and say, well, I've been here 20 years doing this. I have 20 years experience. No, you've been doing the same thing year after year for 20 years. You haven't improved any. Your productivity hasn't increased. You don't deserve more. This new person's come in and they've already doubled the productivity compared to what you've been producing. Of course they get more pay. And this is an old mentality that you just do more and then the rewards come. You don't just expect more and then you start performing after you get the raise. Then you live up to that level. You go in at a better, higher level than you're getting paid for, and then you start getting more and more pay. And it's interesting, Jesus in Mark 11:12-14, the scripture says, "And on the morrow, when they were come from Bethany, he was hungry. And seeing a fig tree afar off having leaves, he came, if haply he might find anything thereon. And when he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for the time of figs was not yet. And Jesus answered and said unto it, No man eat fruit of thee hereafter forever. And his disciples heard it." Now many people have wondered, what does this mean? But see, when the fig tree had the leaves, it was showing evidence that it should have fruit. It should be bearing fruit. And yet when he came to it, it had nothing. How many people are like that? They're going through the motions. They have the appearance of bearing fruit. They should have some fruit. And then when you get to know them, you find out there's nothing there. There's no fruit there. There's just an appearance. There's this facade, but there's no actual fruit. This also happens in business where you see people, they go rent these big, huge office spaces and get their logos stamped on the outside and to have this appearance of success and moving on, but then there's nothing going on and they eventually go out of business. Because their time wasn't yet. They did everything to have this appearance of success, but they weren't ready for it. And they didn't actually have the success backing the appearance they were putting forth, the leaves they were showing forth. There was nothing there. There was no fruit being born. There's a lot of startups like that right now that have no income, no success, just an idea, and they're taking venture capital that is going to be wasted when that company folds miserably, because they're not doing anything. They just are building a fake persona, an appearance of the successful business with nothing actually going on. Matthew 13:12, Jesus said this, "For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath." Many people think this is unfair, but they're not understanding the intent behind this. When you don't have a lot, the reason what you do have is taken away from you is because you're not producing. You only have a little because that's what you have earned. That's what you've desired. That's what you've put forth out there. That's the amount of effort you have put forth to deserve whatever you have, however little it may be. But the person that has a lot, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. Why? Because that person is productive. They're constantly producing and getting better and better, and they are deserving of more abundance. This is one of the interesting things, that when you come from a poverty perspective and you're poor or even middle class, it is interesting when you get wealthy, how you get free things. And I've even heard people say, well, they don't need that. Why are they getting that for free? Why do they get that? Restaurant comps them the bill, Why is that car company giving them a car? Why is this happening? They don't even need it. It's not fair. It's not right. No. When you produce and you're productive and you have an abundance, it's a natural law of the universe that more will come to you and you'll have more abundance. That's the reason why the poor people aren't getting their meals comped at a restaurant, aren't getting free vehicles and free possessions. I remember I went to a business meeting once with some high-profile individuals, and they gave out thousands of dollars worth of electronics and stuff for free. Just because we were there and we were successful people, we were people who they wanted to give to because they knew we made purchasing decisions. They knew we also were just people who, if we had this, we would tell other people who were influential people. And of course, they might be more likely to give that company a chance and choose their product. But free. Didn't have to pay anything. There's no stipulations. There's no tell anybody. It was just, hey, you guys are high-performing people. You have an abundance. You have wealth. Take these things. We want you to have them. See if you enjoy them. And the poor couldn't even get in there. Why? And the middle class couldn't get in there either. But why is that? Not because there's any kind of class issue or people didn't like those people. It's because those people aren't productive. The productivity they have is so limited, that company does not want to waste their products on people who aren't going to do anything. Probably would just turn around and sell it or use it, but they weren't going to actually provide any productivity and help that company out if they decided they liked the product. This is very important, my friends. If you want more, if you have less, if you have lack, start getting yourself in the mindset of abundance. What do you have now? Whatever it is, I don't care how little you have, how limited you may feel like you are in abilities and natural talents, do the most you can with what you have now, and you'll get more. To you, more will be given. But if you sit around whining about you weren't born into wealth, you didn't have this advantage, you didn't have that advantage, this is a problem for you, the society's not fair, there's a whole systemic problem that's the reason why you're where you are. All these excuses, whatever you do have, even that from him shall be taken away, even that which he has. That, my friends, is the natural laws of the universe. That which doesn't produce is going to have less and less and less. That which produces will produce more and even have more of an abundance. But everybody has something. Right now you have something. And however limited it is, because you may have had some of it taken away from you because you squandered your skills and abilities and time and money, whatever you have right now, make a decision today that you are going to do more with that. You are going to be as productive as you possibly can. We're not talking about comparing yourself with anyone else. Doesn't matter what anyone else does. This is you on an individual level doing the best you can with what you have. Doesn't mean you'll be at the level of anyone else. It's not about that. It's about you compared with you. Today, did you produce more than you did yesterday? Today, were you a better employee than you were yesterday? Today, did you dedicate more time to your business than you did yesterday? Use every skill, ability, talent, money, whatever it may be, to be the most productive you could be today. And then tomorrow, do that again. And continue doing that, and what you will notice is you will start to build up from there. Rather than have what you do have taken from you, you'll have more and more and more, and eventually you'll be the person to where it said, whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. And that's what you'll see. You'll start noticing everywhere you go, there's more abundance. Every move you make, more abundance. You can't get away from abundance. It's everywhere. And every time you make a move, you are more and more productive. You're not like that fig tree who is dressed up, looking like it should have fruit, but has nothing. You take what you have and you produce. And someone sees that and go, that person looks like they should be productive. look like they have some fruit probably over there. And you do. And you have even more abundance than what even people would expect, because you're constantly, daily improving and building upon the successes you've had each and every day, no matter how small they may be. Once again, it's only comparing yourself with yourself, building upon your successes each and every day. And if you have a few steps backwards, it doesn't matter. You go 10 steps forward then. You keep moving and progressing. Any kind of lack, any kind of limitations are gone. You have great success. And you're not going to be one of those people at the end of your life who has nothing, who at the end of your life is always whining and complaining that I wish I did this, and I wish I had done this, and I wish I had done this, and I wish I invested in this. You will have been someone who knows you lived your life to the fullest. You're as productive as you could be when you made that decision to become productive and every day improve upon your productivity and be the best you could possibly be in every area of your life. My friends, I pray it's been a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.